In our religiously diverse world, faith inclusion is an important indicator of a more welcoming workplace environment. At Children's Mercy, we strive to be a welcoming place for employees of all faiths and for those who have none. I sat down with members of our spiritual services and interfaith employee resource group to learn more about how faith inclusion is manifested at Children's Mercy. Can you tell us a little bit about the Interfaith ERG group and how that got started and what role it plays here at Children's Mercy?
Really, the group started about a year and a half, 2 years ago with Sahar approaching me saying, how could we embrace our diversity in our faith here at the hospital? Already been collaborating with spiritual services for different religious celebrations, faith tradition celebrations here at the Lisa Bard Chapel for the last 7 to 8 years. So it was a wonderful opportunity to bring the employee voice into being able to share a space. So anytime there's an opportunity to come together and have an intentional pause and be able to participate. So that's been another kind of personally for me, very enriching experience to say, hey, we're all in this together.
I will tell you, Dr. Sharma, I have really enjoyed participating in many of the activities that you all have led. It's just refreshing to be able to come to work and to have a place where you can take that intentional pause.
I would encourage everyone, just to be a part of the interfaith group. Just raise your awareness of what's going around you and partake of what really brings meaning to you, whether it's an intentional pause to feel the pain and grief from, suffering in the world around us or in your personal life, or saying, I'm here to support my fellow employees and patients and families and celebrating them and saying, I want to learn more about you and I honor your traditions. Can you talk to us a little bit, Seth, about your personal experience, your lived experience at Children's Mercy and your journey to religious inclusiveness?
I learned very young the difference between faith and religion, and felt that I had a strong faith in a higher power, a divine presence. But there was this line you had to talk to be welcome and included in that community. When the equity and diversity community supported the ERG and the Pride community, I was shocked.
Wow.
I was elated. I was like,
shocked in a good way.
Yes.
Okay.
Every time I see staff member walking around with the Pride flags on their badges, or the transgender flags on their badges, it's like a weight being lifted. Like it's really okay to be authentic.
Can you talk about that sense of community that you feel now?
It's like nothing I've ever felt before.
Yeah.
The divine in me recognizes and honors the divine in you.
Yes, yes.
It's so essential to health and well-being.
Having gone through seminary, I served a church for a while. I did clinical training to become a chaplain, and then was blessed with this opportunity to come and build our chaplaincy program. It's connected with this notion of bringing equality and fairness and respect and dignity to all people. As we look at the world, and I call it social blooming that is happening. How long, Michelle, do we go on to struggle with these issues of hatred in our world?
There are things that are happening outside the four walls of this hospital, and as much as we try to shed those things, when we come here, sometimes we can't. And so having a space and having a spiritual leader such as yourself who can give us that moment to take those intentional pauses, as Dr. Sharma talked about, is so very important.
We're celebrating all of those traditions, as many as we possibly can, here at the hospital. And I think what comes with that is an invitation to recognize that every day when we come to work here for our employees, and every time a patient comes to the hospital, whether it's an outpatient situation or an inpatient situation, there's an invitation there for all of us to look inward, to understand our essential self, to understand what it means to be in community or in covenant with other people. And I think that is a unique element to what we have at Children's Mercy.
Our partners in spiritual services and the Interfaith ERG promote collaboration, learning, and celebration to foster a culture of empathy and belonging. We recognize that when people feel more included, they have an overall better chance of staying and thriving here at Children's Mercy.